Hello. I hope all is well with you guys and you had a great day. We are continuing our journey into the concept of Alice command, and this is the last episode of the first section. So in this episode we are going to explain what is ls command in itself and its structure or syntax. I forgot to mention that my English is not good, but I will try my best. If you have difficulty to understand, you can put your question in writing either in the commenting area or send it to me directly via the contact link that is in the description. Then as soon as possible I will provide the answer in writing and hopefully it will help you that way. So are you ready? Here we go. So ls command, it is a fundamental tools in Linux or Unix based system used to list the content of directory. So this is basically the what the ls command is. But up until now, with the help of analogy, which was the second episode of the first section, we have the general idea what the ls command is and how to use it. Okay, so here we are going to formally define and explain it. Okay, so it is a fundamental tool in Linux or Unix based system that being used to list the content of a directory. You can also say, in other words, that it is like a table of content for your computer's folders. Folder word is used in the context of Windows, but here instead of folder we are using directory. Okay, so you can also say that it is like a table of content for your computer's folder or directory. It shows you the name of the files or file and other folder or directories inside that directory that you are currently looking at. Okay, it shows the names of the files and other folders inside the folder that you are currently right now. By default, it displays the name of the visible files and directories in alphabetical order. This is the default function of the ls command. And you may ask, what do you mean? So this is the default scenario that you are executing the ls command without using any option or argument. So here how the syntax of ls command will look like in general. So we have the command name or the command. In our case here, instead of command we will script ls, and here we have option and argument. Okay, so when we're talking about the default behavior of ls command, we just executing ls. We do not provide any option or argument. So in that scenario, it will display the names of visible files and directories in alphabetical order. Here we are going to explain when it comes to what is command and option or argument. So the command, in our case, this will be the ls command. So this is the main, we can say it like this, the main action you want to perform. That is what is command. For example, in our case, because we are talking about the ls command, we want to list the name of the visible file or directories in the current directory in alphabetical order. We just write ls. Okay, so what the option will do, these are flags that modify the command's behavior, the command's behavior. We have talked about when you just execute ls command itself, it will list the name of the visible file and directory that is currently in the directory in alphabetical order. But if you do not want if you are not interested in that, then you have there are different options available to you that you can use to change this default behavior. For example, if you want, because right now when executing ls command without any option or argument, it will list just the name of the visible file or directories in alphabetical order. There are different types of command. For example, you can use this option. By using this option, you will alter the default behavior of the ls command, and here not only it will show the name of the visible file or directories, it will show also the details about each and every one of those visible file and directory. For example, it will show the type of it, if it is a file or a directory. It will show the last modification date and time. It will also shows which kind of mm, permission it has. We will talk about those in the second section, but this is basically what the option does. Option, it will alter the behavior of the commands. Okay, so and the argument or arguments, this is a specific specific targets. I'm not sure if I have write it correctly. Okay, specific targets the command acts upon. For example, here we have ls command. You are not interested to see the content of the current directory, then you write the paths for that directory or directory name, directory you are interested in the content of the specific directory. You provide the path to the ls command. This is our argument. Then ls command will act on this specific directory and show the result of that and the content of that directory to you. So this is ls command syntax. We have command, options, and argument. Now we are going to explain the usage, how to use the ls command in different scenario. First of all, we have talked about it a little bit. When you are executing or running the ls command, without any providing any option or argument. You just write ls and then enter. In this scenario, we can say executing ls command without options or option. You can use, because you can use multiple option at the same time. Options or arguments, it is the same here. You can pass one or more than one arguments at the same time. Arguments. Okay, executing ls command without any option or arguments will list will list will list the files and directories in the current directory that you are right now in the current directory. This is the default behavior. We will come to other commands also. When you do not provide option and argument to command, it will every command based it depends on what the developer of that command has set the default of behavior of that command to do. So when you execute the commands without any option or argument, they each of them have a specific default behavior, and we have talked about what is the default behavior of ls command. It is to show the visible file and directory of the current directory that you are right now in alphabetical order. So in the current directory default behavior, okay, this is the default behavior. This is like opening a folder to see the content of it. If you are in the window, right here we have your folder. When you open it, then you can see the content of it, to visible content. It is the same here when you are executing or running ls command without any option. It will show you the content of the current directory, those visible content of current directory according to alphabetical order. So what it means to you in the next scenario, we can use the ls command with just argument without any option. This will be the topic of the second section. Okay, we are going to explain different type of scenario using the argument with ls command without any option. So here argument, we can say like this: arguments specify the target for the command to act upon, for the command to act upon. As we mentioned above, so we have ls command, then the argument can be the name of directory, or the name of the file, then it will show different result. We will talk about it in the second section, specifically what will happen when you pass the name of directory and or just the name of the file. Okay, so this is the argument that we have asked specifically the ls command to perform action on it. So here you can say the name of the directory. The name of directory is the name of the directory is the argument is the argument argument. So ls command will list the content of this directory. Okay, because we did not pass any option again, so it will list the visible content of this directory in alphabetical order, just the name of it, because we do not have passed any option here. Okay, so that is good to know. Then the next or the third scenario, we are not passing any argument to it, we just using with the ls command with option. This will be the topic of our third section. We will dive into different type of option that we will be using it, and we will interpret the result and see how they works in practice. Okay, so we have mentioned a little bit, because when you provide the option, when you give the option, you will alter the behavior of the command. Options, we can write like this: options or option. First in the next or the second third section will be right. The topic of the third section is using one option at the time. So when we say options, because you can use multiple options at the same time, or multiple argument at the same time, or using options and argument at the same time, it will be the topic of our fourth section or the last section. Okay, options modify the behavior of the ls command. When we say options modify the behavior of ls command, it does not just about ls command. Option will modify or alter the behavior of other commands also, but depend on which command we are talking about, they have different options. Okay, options modify the behavior of the ls command. For instance, we can give an example. For instance, when using ls command with the option of l here, because without it ls command will show only the visible file and directories name based in the alphabetical order. But when using with the option, will alter the behavior, and it will reveal the details about each one of those. Okay, this detail, okay, this option, we can say we will come back to it later in the second section third section, sorry. So when we are using ls command without, it will just reveal the name in the alphabetical order of those visible file and directory. But when we provide when using the option, for example, here we have just mentioned one option, we will go into other option also. Then here not only we will see the name, we will also see the modifications date, we will also see the size of the each item. We will also see the which kind of permission they have, and we will also see if the item is a file or directory. We will talk about it when it's come to the third section. Okay, and when the topic is specifically when using just the L option with the ls command. Then the topic of the last option will be in last section will be using multiple option or at the same time simultaneously with the ls command. So in the next, this is the last episode in our first section. The next episode, which will be, we will start the second section, and the topic of that will be using argument with ls command. We will not we will just use argument, not options. Okay, so that is the topic of the second section. If you have any question up until now, you can put your question in writing either in the commenting area or send it to me directly via the contact link that is in the description of this video. So otherwise, see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.